Cozy GV, yo, welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. She's a he, he's a she. So there's this guy by the name of Neil Hopper, who happens to be a YouTuber and a surgeon who lives in the UK. Now, this gentleman recently pleaded guilty for fraud. Now, I don't know what he was thinking. So this guy thought it would be a great idea if he basically his legs, his own legs, and then lie about it. Go, you know what? Let me just play the video.
This is a new one for me. I've just been discharged from hospital and I was admitted unwell with sepsis of unknown cause, but there were some complications of my hospital treatment and I lost both my legs below the knees.
This 49-year-old vascular surgeon was once named the bravest in Britain after being dealt a reportedly devastating medical diagnosis and forced to amputate both of his legs. But now the once celebrated surgeon from Cornwall, who performed hundreds of amputation operations of his own, is being hit with fraud charges about why his own legs needed to be chopped off after submitting 2 insurance claims totaling a whopping $680,000.
That is just so
In 2019, Neil Hopper told the BBC that
I swear to you, if someone came to me and said, yes, we want both of them for 680,000, I'll tell them no. If they come back to me and say, look, we will give you 6.8 million, I'll tell them no. If they come back to me and say, listen, we'll make it 68 million, I'll tell them, listen, go where the sun don't shine and take a left. Now, if they come back to me and say, look, we'll make it 680 million, take it or leave it, I'll tell them, I just sent one up where the sun don't shine. He took a left, so you follow him and then you take a right. Honestly speaking, do you know how great it feels, when your toes, are just digging through sand on the beach? Or like when your toes hug the grass and like rips it. Have you ever ripped up grass, with your fucking toes? It's a fucking great feeling. He's never going to feel that ever again in his whole entire life. For 680,000 only.
he was rushed to the hospital after reportedly not feeling well following a family
Fucking
camping trip.
imbecile!
The then 46-year-old was rushed to the hospital where he worked in Treliski and was given the devastating news that he had sepsis, a potentially life-threatening medical condition where the body fights an infection too much, damaging nearby organs and tissue. With his toes turning blue, several weeks of oxygen therapy, and 1 surgery, Hopper told the British news network that he opted to not have hundreds and hundreds of operations
look at his
and would
eyes.
rather amputate the legs to give me a better outcome. The double amputee surgeon with
eyes,
prosthetic
Chico.
limbs then started
The eyes, Chico. The eyes never lie, Chico.
sharing his journey on social media and his own website, bionicsurgeon.net. Hopper even appeared on ITV's This Morning to talk about his amputation journey.
How would you sum up the last year?
Yeah, it's probably been the toughest year of my life. That goes without saying. I think I hit some of the biggest lows I've ever hit in my life. But also, it's fair to say it hasn't all been bad as well. It's like somebody performs an audit of your life and you realise that lots of people are important to you and you're important to them.
A year after,
It's like, you brought it upon yourself. You're going through the worst part of your life because you brought it upon yourself. For 680,000 only. Only. Imagine that. That's how much both of your legs were worth. 680,000. And now you're feeling new lows that you've never felt before. Obviously, you got half a height. You got some of your height missing, bro. It's a new level of low. A new level.
Condition and amputation surgery, Hopper posted a video on his YouTube channel sharing the highs and lows of his first year as a double leg amputee.
Which you brought upon yourself.
I'm more active than I've almost ever been. I've been out on a trike a lot.
How is that even
Lots of
possible?
videos of that at some point. I do a lot of walking. I can walk. I've walked 4 miles across country paths on my legs without much difficulty at all. and my next goals really are when I get my blades back to start jogging.
Hopper even decided to pursue his
so
childhood dream of
fucked.
becoming an astronaut. The father of two was reportedly shortlisted for the European Space Agency's para-astronaut program, but was later eliminated. But
Good.
now, after a 2.5-year investigation by the Devon and Cornwall police, it seems like Hopper was allegedly not telling the entire truth about why his limbs needed to be amputated. The surgeon was arrested and charged with 2 counts of fraud by false representation and a charge of grievous bodily harm. According to investigators, Hopper falsely represented to insurers that his leg amputations were due to sepsis and were not self-inflicted. It has not yet been revealed publicly whether investigators believe he gave himself sepsis on purpose, that he did not actually need to have his legs removed, or something else entirely. But that's not all. In another disturbing charge, investigators found that between 2018 and 2020, Hopper bought 3 videos from a now-defunct website called The Eunuch Maker, an extreme body modification website which showcased disturbing mutilation live streams. Hopper is accused of encouraging the website's creator, Marius Gustafsson, to remove people's body parts. Gustafsson is currently serving 22 years to life in prison for several offenses, including grievous bodily harm with intent. Gustafsson made over $400,000 by...
What did I tell you? The eyes never lie, Chico. I swear, I saw his eyes at the beginning, and I had an inkling feeling that there's something off with this guy. That he is not okay in the mind. He's not. It makes perfect sense. I mean, this guy was completely tapped in the head.
By showing his website's roughly 22,000 subscribers gruesome videos of him mutilating the bodies of apparently willing volunteers. The advertised videos included what Judge Mark Luckraft called little short of human butchery, including male castration and limb freezing. A spokesman for the hospital group which employed Hopper said the surgeon was suspended in March of 2023 and that there was no evidence that any of his patients were at risk. According to the Times UK, Hopper didn't enter any pleas to the 3 charges lodged at him and reportedly shed a tear before being led to his cell by court officers.
I swear to you, there are just some tapped people. Why would you do that to yourself for only 680,000? Only. And now you're in prison, walking around with... I don't even think he's allowed those blades, you know, the walking blades. I don't even think he's allowed to have those in prison. And how are you going to tell me you're more active than you ever been? You telling me you wasn't active before then? You know, when he said that, yeah, it made me like think to myself, maybe he wasn't active then because he was like, you know, he wasn't getting the attention. It's just after he happened to lose his legs, he was getting a lot of attention and he was getting called the hero and all of this. So I think he was just addicted to the attention. So that's why he was doing things like he has never done before. That is absolutely disturbing. These YouTubers keep getting weirder and weirder. I swear to you. Sweet love of Mary and Joseph. This is... Who am I lying to? Who am I kidding? Good. You know where you need to be? Locked underneath the prison. They need to lock you... So they need to lock you up, yeah? When they turn the key in the lock, yeah? They get that lock. They melt the lock down. Do you understand? Melt it down. Then you see that lock here. I want them to get a blowtorch and everything, yeah, and then melt that lock. Infuse it with himself, you get it? So when you know you can never open that lock again, yeah, just take the whole cell and just dash it in the ocean. And then when you dash it in the ocean, wait until it sinks to the bottom, and then you excavate all the sand from the bottom, and then just bury it on top, bruv. We never want to see him again, bruv. Never, ever. Ever, ever, ever. 680,000. Is that all? I swear to you, yeah, I'm starting to think that there's something that they're not telling us. Because think about it. Every other day, yeah, there's a new person who's selling courses. There's someone who's selling fucking a talk, a speech, something. Someone is selling something. And it's never seemed to be enough. They're always doing something. Rug pull here, scam here, this, that, that. And I'm always wondering, what are they collecting this money for? And then it hit me this morning when I was at work. And then I thought to myself, maybe, just maybe, that these people are basically accumulating all the wealth that they can so they can buy a ticket to the deep underground military bases. Because they saying something might happen on the surface, and then just in case, you know what I mean, an asteroid might hit the planet, or this might happen, or a flood happen. But we know what really is going to happen. You get, you get. So I'm thinking these people are being told, yo, listen, if you want a place down there, you better get enough money to buy the ticket now. And I'm thinking these tickets are probably about 200 million, 300 million. You get it? So I'm thinking that's the reason why these people are just always looking for money. Scam here, money, money, money. And it looks like greed, but maybe they're onto something that we common folks are not onto. So anyway, I'll leave it on that note. And I'll catch you on the next one. Hasta luego.